2 people and 9 likes already. Fantastic. But somebody came and left. Offended. Man. What did I drink? Okay, anyway. Hi, what's up, guys? Hola. I'm so excited for today's topic. Hi, what's up? What's up? We're gonna give it like another 30 seconds or so, half a minute, just so more people can come streaming in. If you're here and waiting, please the the live. You know it's gonna be good, so just like it in advance. If you don't like it, you can take it back. I promise. It is your money back guarantee that it's gonna be good. Thanks, guys. I am doing the live today at a different location. I am at my friend's house. The lighting looks really good, I think. Lighting looks pretty good, but I don't want to drink. My teeth don't look as white today. Oh, thank you. I made an effort to look good today. I'm wearing a dress also because after work, we are going to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, Bread Street Kitchen, for British Pie Week, and I'm so excited about that. Hi, thank you very much. You guys. I feel really flattered. Okay, so everybody knows the topic that we're going to talk about today, right? I am so excited to talk to you about all of this. Like, I thought a little bit about what I would say, all the moments. I tried to remember as many moments as possible to tell you. So it's going to be a good time, a fun time. I think Eve, who is here, who just said that I look good, I think Eve asked a very good question recently, which was, what is my favorite event that I've attended? And I just answered that, I think, today or yesterday. But yeah, I answered it, and my answer was Fifth Muster, which happened last year. Fifth Muster in Busan. Yeah, see, you got the answer. So that was my absolute favorite because they were so close, like so close. Have you seen the fan cams? I have a fan cam on my channel already that said BTS walked so close to me while they were saying goodbye to armies. And then there's another one, a fan cam of Dimple with the vocal line, and they were really close as well. I zoomed in for you, just for you, at like Jungkook's thighs. You feel like Festa will be in the States this year. Oh, honey, you are so wrong. They already set aside 2 dates. Actually, it's not. I would think that, to be honest, they would anger a lot of people if they didn't have Festa or whatever it is in their own country, because they've been doing a lot in the U.S. this year. And as much as like U.S. fans are feeling the love, it is really not all that fair to Korean armies. It's like they're gonna be breaking so many hearts and breaking so many traditions if they have their anniversary in, somewhere else that's not Korea. They do a lot in Japan, yes, because they have a separate contract with Japan, and Japan is basically its own little world. But we're not going to get into that. And this is not a topic I want to talk about because today is just about concert experiences, and we're not going to stray from that. Hi, Tiffany. And yes, exactly. Princess Desiree Chimero. Yeah, we're not going to stray from the topic. There will be other times to discuss these things, and also I don't want to say anything that will just like piss people off or something. So we're just gonna stick to the topic today. I'm sitting in a highly uncomfortable chair. The chair is made out of some weird creaky ass ratting thing. It's like digging into my thighs. It's fucking shit. And my friend can't hear that, so it's fine. Okay. Let's talk about. We'll start with like we'll either do this in chronological order, as in from the beginning to the most recent, or should I start with just random? What do you guys think? If we're gonna do the beginning, it's gonna start from 2015, and it's gonna go from the Red Bullet tour, which is one of their first tours. Oh, great! Oh, yeah, I love it. You guys respond really fast. The Red Bullet tour. Uh, so the Red Bullet tour was their first world tour. So after a couple of years of doing local concerts and shows and whatever, then they finally embarked on a world tour, and that started in 2015, which you can say is quite successful for a band, because to be able to go on a world tour barely a couple of years after their debut date, that's quite a sign of success already. And while they were on their world tour, in the middle of their world tour, is it middle? Yeah, they started around early 2015. They started in March 2015. That was the start of their world tour. They did the first couple of shows, first show in Korea. They kicked it off. No, they did two, March 28th and 29th in 2015. I remember this date because that was the date that I started live translating their concert, and then everybody really enjoyed the live translation so much that I decided to become a translator, for ARMYs. So that was because of their concert, because of their start of the world tour, I became a translator for ARMYs on 29th March 2015. And that was, so it's a significant date. So of course I remember that. But I didn't, so that was the kickoff of the world tour. And in 2015, in May, was also when they won their first ever number one. I don't remember the exact term for this. Somebody help me out. With I Need You, they finally got number one on a music show, and they won an award. For once, they won their first music show. So that was 2015, was such a significant year for BTS. That's our first win. That's such a simple phrase, and yet I couldn't get it. Basically what I said. So 2015 was such a great year for them. And at that time, right, during May was when they released 화양연화 Part 1, and that was while they were on tour. So after the release of their album, their next stop was Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. And so TRB in Malaysia, I went for that. I flew from Korea back to Singapore, back to Korea, Singapore, and Malaysia in the space of just over a day, just so I could get to Malaysia. And even then, when I flew to Malaysia for the concert, I actually didn't make it in time. I couldn't make it in time for the high five, because I did win a high five session high five, but you could get their autographs too. So it was like a fan sign high five thing. I won a spot, but I couldn't make it in time because I was flying home from Korea, and it was fucking shit. But I was like, whatever. I didn't have the money at the time to be changing all my flights. It was gonna cost a lot, and all these flights had been booked already before I won the fan sign thing. So whatever, it's not meant to be, right? Hi, you got no jams. What's up? Welcome. So that was such a pity, but that's okay, because when I went for the concert, actually there was this, I had a bad experience with one ARMY. Man, it's gonna be quite a long story, maybe 10 minutes. But this talking about concert experience also involves experiences with armies because it's a whole package. I can't just talk about all the time how I felt about like BTS. I want to talk about armies and army behavior. Like there's good, there's bad, and yeah, it should be. I guess it should be told. You guys really would. You should know the tea, the terrible tea of terrible armies. So when I was on the way, okay, so at that time, because I decided to become a translator, my account was growing pretty fast. It was growing by like thousands a month. And I started from 400 and around 400, 600 in March. And by May, I had like 6,000. So at that time, because translation on Instagram wasn't very popular, like it wasn't a thing. I was the first person to start it actually. And hola. And there were other people who, people did the whole mutuals thing, the follow for follow thing. And there was this girl, she was a J-Hope stan. And she was like 16 or something. And like, we were mutuals. And she was a bigger account than me. She had like 10,000 followers. And she wanted to meet up. But on the way to the concert venue, she wanted me to pick her up. And I was like, I'm really close to the concert venue. In order to pick you up, it would be like really far off. And she kept insisting that I come pick her up. And I was like, no. I'm not gonna pay for a cab to go out of my way to come pick you up. If you're 16 and you can't travel, that is your fucking problem. We were not friends, just mutuals. I never really talked to her. If you are on my Instagram, you guys know that I don't really like to DM. I don't really like to chat with people. I prefer talking like this, or I don't like having long conversations. And I really don't like talking to like armies that, have well, I don't want to discriminate, but really teenager armies, like young teens, mid-teens, have a certain like immaturity about Instagram. They're all about the numbers. They're all about chasing after the numbers because they think that tens of thousands of numbers means you're a fucking big deal. And I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in making sure you guys get the most accurate translations. And so because of that, I think more people followed me. I was growing much faster than her, but she wanted to use me, like, I think because she saw that. And then I didn't want to pick her up, but I told her where my seat was going to be. So I was like, when you get there, you can come over, look for me, we can take a picture. So I met a couple of other Malaysian armies that I knew from my account as well, and that was a good experience. And when she came, she was like kind of bratty. Again, she didn't want to, like, I didn't know what time she was coming, and her texting was like iffy on and off. So I told her where I was, and because a lot of armies were also, not really a lot, but maybe 3 or 4 other armies were also coming to look for me. So I figure it's better for everyone if I just say, I'm gonna be in this spot, everybody please come over, because I can't, like, go over to like 4 different people in 4 areas. So she wanted me to look for her, and I'm like, no. Because honestly, what the fuck is this 16-year-old doing? Trying to boss me around? So we took a picture, and then she looked like this rich, spoiled kid. And then much later down the road, like after the concert was over, I found out that she was like stealing a lot of my content. She was stealing my translations. She would paste like her, I don't know how you do this, like she edited it somehow to put her name over my watermark. Or was it I didn't have a watermark at that time, and because of her I started putting watermarks. My followers were telling me this account is stealing your stuff. And so I went over to her account, and by then I wasn't following her anymore. And I went over to her account, and it was true. Like, all of the stuff was the same. She would either make it black and white, so that you couldn't see my colors. When I translate, I put like different colored text to contrast with BTS's original text. Um, and she would either put it in black and white, or she would like put like her own watermark over my name. I can't remember exactly what happened because so many people have stolen my translations. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. And then when I confronted her about it, she was like, "I'm young, please understand. Like, I know what I did was wrong, blah blah blah." But I think she knew exactly what she was doing. And 16 is not that young. Get a fucking grip with your life, you spoiled fucking bitch. But anyway, at the Malaysian concert, I had a fucking good time. Okay, there are a lot of people who are like, BTS looked at me at concerts. Pretty sure they're just looking in your general direction, honey. I hate to burst your bubble. They're just looking in your general direction. But for me, I'm 100% sure that J-Hope looked at me. You know why? You know why? Because everyone was on level ground and I was the only person standing on a chair. I have a video of myself doing this. So when Namjoon never came over to my side of the stage. It was during a cipher. And Yoongi was constantly in the middle. He didn't even move much. Hobi was really good. He moved across the stage, and Namjoon moved maybe generally like 3/4 of the way. But I was on the left end of the stage, and everybody was seated. People were like jamming along to the cipher, but like we were standing up. We had chairs, but we were standing up. But that wasn't enough for me. So when J-Hope came over to my side of the stage, I stood up in my chair and I made like a big heart with both my hands. Can you see that? A big heart with both my hands to make myself super obvious. And he saw me and he did this like look, this nod thing. Did this pointing thing, and I was like, yes. There is no way it was someone else, and there is no way it's some general ass look, because how can you not notice me when I'm on a chair, like heads above everyone? So I was really happy about that moment. So yes. And that was a really good moment for me, and that was so memorable. And yeah, it was also really exhausting. After the concert, it was really good. There was this group of Malaysian armies. There were 4 of them. We all drove to the airport. I have to go to the airport anyway because I have to fly home. I flew home directly after the concert, and my friend who the one of the Malaysian armies who was driving, she said, "It's like, I'll drive you," and then I was like, "That's great," because BTS is going to the same airport anyway. And when we went, they had also arrived. One of my friend's moms works in the lounge, and she was live texting us, like live texting what the hell they were doing in there. Yeah, my flight was, I think, in the wee hours of the morning, so I had to wait in the airport for. By this time, it was like maybe 11 at night, so I had a long time to wait. So I was just gonna wait in the airport anyway. And my friend's mom was live tweeting, and she was like, "BTS is here eating in the lounge," and then her next text was like, "Wow, they're eating like they haven't eaten in 10 years," and I was like, "That's kind of fucked up." But it's probably true. They're probably seriously so hungry after the concert, and like they're really starving, and like, I think Malaysian food is really good, so they were probably just really enjoying that. I mean, that was hilarious though. A great description. And uh, it wasn't like fake or anything, because she secretly took one picture. Actually, she's not allowed. If you're in the lounge, if you're staff at the airport, if you get caught like violating your guests' privacy, you can get fired. And she said, "I'm not actually supposed to do this," but she took like a tiny video. No, oh my god, I'm gonna tell you about the tiny video in just a bit. She took one picture of them like walking out of the lounge, and she was like, "You guys, they're walking out of the lounge now, or they're gonna go like, you know, uh, check in for their flight or something like that." So we went to stand, at this there's this like upper floor platform, and it's all glass, so you can see downstairs. And so we were sort of banging on the glass. That's actually not really good. We're like knocking on the glass and shouting at them, and Taeyong looked up first, and so he looked up and he saw us, and then he waved, and then other members also waved. I think some members didn't. Some members didn't care to wave, like Yugi, but he's probably tired, so it's fine. So, but they looked up and they waved at us, and uh, my friend's mom sent us a picture of like somebody sneezing. I think it was Tay also sneezing. You know when he sneezes like super fucking loud. So I have a video of that. It was like really short, like 3 seconds. She was trying to take them like leaving out of the lounge or heading somewhere. My memory is a little fuzzy on this. I can remember the main things, but not the tiny details because it was like 2015. So, yeah, it was so amazing. Really, really cool. So that was my first overseas BTS concert experience. It's so good. Like, so memorable. They have not been back to Malaysia since 2015. And during the concert, because it was like the first concert that happened after the album release, the Hwaengyeonha Part 1 release. So it was the first concert after. So we got to see I Need You being performed for the first time in a concert. So we were the first one to receive that. But of course, like I Need You live performance was already seen by all the Korean armies during the music shows. So that wasn't like a first. We were the first in concert, but I feel like what was super special for first ever performance live was actually 흥탄소년단. 흥탄소년단, Fun Boys. That's the English title. But yeah, it was so amazing. We got the first ever live performance for that, and that was in June 2015. And because the album was released in May, right? So they did all their music shows, promotions. They resumed the world tour, and they went to Malaysia, and that's where we got to see Fun Boys. 흥탄소년단. Yeah, and so many cute moments happened, and like Jin did his usual carrying an army bomb, talking to a mic. Instead of singing to his mic, he's singing to his army bomb. And I also have a video of when he's like waving the army bomb so fucking hard it broke or it fell to the floor or something like that. And I also have a video, it's in the background. I was watching it and I discovered it. I think J-Hope was trying to carry Jin on his back, and then they fell down. Oh my god, I need to find it. I have so many of these, like, I'm trying to sort it out because I really want to post it for you guys. I took out like all my little memory cards. I have so many. Where? I have more. I have more in here, and I have more like in both my phones. I'm trying to look for all these videos in my memory cards so that I can post them for you. Because everything that I tell you, I have videos for. So it's like, you're never getting fake stuff from me. Pastor J never tells lies in the House of Army, House of BTS, House of God. This army church, you're always getting the truth, the real deal. So when I find this shit, I'm gonna post all of it so that you can enjoy it with me. That's right. There have been times previously where people think I'm telling fantastic stories. Like, I had dinner with G-Dragon's father, I've met Jimin's father, I've met, Changmin from 2AM's mom, who told me a story about Namjoon's father, Namjoon's mother and Hobi's mother, and all this, and they're like, are you serious? Like, how are you doing this? Like, it sounds like you're lying, your stories are too good to be true. I have fucking pictures and videos for everything, bitch. Do not dare doubt me. My life is fantastic because I have adventures all by myself. And yeah, it's like, I'm sorry you don't get to go on these adventures because you're always like, I don't know, not alone or dependent on someone else. But it's like, I do what I want to do. Like, I go out and explore and just be open to adventure, and these amazing things happen, and I always have documented evidence and proof. So anyway, it's already been half an hour and I've only told the Malaysian story. Moving on now. Moving on. That was 2015, and then I didn't get to go on any of the other tour stops. They didn't come to Singapore. They had already came and left. But at the time I was in the US, so I couldn't go to the Singapore one. That's why I went to the Malaysia one. The next event that I attended in 2015 is actually a rare, unheard of event because it was not allowed for international armies to go, which is super, super fucked up. And maybe you guys have heard me talk about it before. But Big Hit held an exhibition and put it up for sale only on Korean Interpark. Global Interpark did not have this event listed. You also needed to have a Korean credit card, a Korean address, and a Korean phone number in order to buy a ticket for this event. If you didn't have all of these, you were basically excluded. So it was seriously fucked up. And but it's like, whatever, Big Hit, fuck you. My ex-boyfriend bought me one ticket, and my other friend in Daejeon also bought me another ticket. So yeah, I went because of that. So this is the Butterfly Dream exhibit. I don't know if you guys want me to talk about it since it's technically not a concert, but I will if you want. So tell me now. Okay. Okay. So yeah, when the tickets were released, I tried buying. I thought I could just like go over to the Global Interpark page and buy them, but I couldn't. I found out it was not listed at all, and I was like texting my friend um, in Korea, and I said, "Are you able to find this particular exhibit?" At the time, I didn't really have army friends, so I texted just a Korean friend and my ex-boyfriend, and I asked them, like, can you like look for the exhibit? They said they could see it, and then later I realized that when I asked them to search for it, they searched for it on their Interpark, which is Korean Interpark, not Global Interpark, so they could see it but not me. And that's when I realized that actually they put it up at the Korean Interpark and I couldn't access it. Like, I could see it. I went to the Korean Interpark and I found it, but I couldn't buy it because it needed all of this stuff. So at the time I was in Las Vegas, so when I flew from Vegas to Korea, because I was supposed to go to Busan with my ex, which was such a big mistake. Don't go on vacation with your ex-boyfriend. So, so went to Busan, got my ex to buy me a ticket, and he, yeah, when we were supposed to get back to Seoul from Busan on Jin's birthday, like the morning of Jin's birthday. So I was like, the exhibition ran from the 2nd of December to the 8th of December. So that was like 8 days. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I went on the 4th. I wanted to go on Jin's birthday, like a memorable day. I went on the 4th and I went at the last time slot. I booked the ticket for that. And then my friend in Daejeon, one person is only allowed to book one ticket. So, is it? I think so. Or is it that I didn't want to bother people to buy me a whole bunch of tickets? Maybe. my friend Daejeon bought me a ticket for the last day of the exhibition, so I figured, why not? I'll just go twice. And then BTS announced that they would be going to the exhibition on Jin's birthday. They would be going at night at 8 o'clock, and my time slot was 5 to 6 o'clock. If I wanted, I could have just waited outside. A lot of girls did that. When I exited the exhibition at 6 o'clock, there were a bunch of girls waiting outside already. If you waited outside, it was guaranteed that you would see BTS because the space layout was in such a way that there was no other way, no hidden entrance, no underground entrance, nothing. If they were gonna come to the exhibition, they had to park right outside the building and get out and then go into there was only one stairwell that led into the building, so yeah. If you stood outside, you would be able to see them. Did I stand outside? No, because it was fucking cold and I am not the type to suffer for anyone. Yeah. It's a good tell of how much I love myself, that I don't put myself through shit even for BTS. I regret it a tiny bit, to be honest, because, you know, they got bigger and bigger and it became harder and harder to see them. And I had all these opportunities, so you are free to call me stupid, because I was. I really was. You can be like, you fucking stupid bitch. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Why did I not wait for that? It was freezing cold. It was like -4 degrees outside, and my hot pack was dying in my pocket already. And I was like, I felt like I was gonna die. So and nearby, there was nothing. There are no buildings. There are no cafes. So I was like, I'm not gonna stand out in this parking lot for 2 hours. What the fuck would I do? My phone's gonna die. So I was like, no, I can't do this. I'm just gonna go home and I'll watch the live from there. And that's what I did. That's what I did. I saw fan cams of people who had waited outside the exhibition and got to see them. They didn't, of course, get any closer. They just like had a really good view, good fan cams of them going inside. It was very brief. So I considered myself like, that's how I consoled myself. I said, it's fine. Like, if you go to see BTS for only like a minute or 30 seconds while they walked from the car to the entrance, and I had to wait like 2+ hours in the cold to do that, it's not worth it. I don't want to fall sick and whatever. So I watched the live from the comfort of my own hotel room, and I ate something hot while I did it. And BTS went to the exhibition. They explored around. They wrote graffiti on the wall. Yoongi wrote something like Jimin is stupid next to Jimin's picture, and then he wrote like other things like Yoongi was here. And then Hobi wrote things like this is my territory, and Jin wrote no it's not. And then they had like a written argument on a wall. So they probably stood there and just like kept writing their answers on the wall. And also there was this like big room that had a projection screen and the floor was empty, so BTS signed in a great big circle on the floor. It was so cool. And there was this like coffee station, and then underneath the counter there's a word like people wrote things there also, and Jimin wrote like he changed the name of BTS, so called it was called Jimin and the Boys. So he wrote all kinds of shit. It was really funny. I have pictures of everything. Yeah, that's exactly what he wrote. Suga 왔다가 or Yoongi 왔다가, and I think Hobie wrote something similar elsewhere also. Namjoon wrote a lot less than the rest. Maybe he felt bad about writing on the walls. I was really shocked that they were allowed to write on the walls in the first place. So, yeah. So after they did that in the live, I was super excited to go for the last day, and I counted myself so lucky, and I counted myself so, you know, it was an amazing coincidence that I now had a ticket also for the last day. So they came and they drew things on the walls, and then they went, and then so I had a ticket to go see that. So it's like, first time I went there was nothing, and then the second time I went there were like all these like personalized BTS things that they did on the wall. I had such a loss for words today. Also, the exhibition was pretty cool. The first time I went, I got like it was like a postcard thing, like a bunch of, like a big postcard, like for a souvenir for attending the exhibition. And then the last day, it was a poster. So I found, when I went on Twitter, I found out that every day you went, they gave you something else. And every day you went, they changed a part of the exhibit, all the handwritten ones. So I have those also, where they every day they either had something new that BTS members had drawn, or every day there was a different question that BTS answered, and they had written down the answer, and it was put up in little photo frames. So every day the display for that section changed. While I was in there, I was caught taking a video. So video is not allowed, but pictures are. So I didn't fucking understand. This was the one with their old Polaroids. No, that was in 2018. The one with their old Polaroids. This is 2015. It's called the BTS Butterfly Dream Exhibit, and for the one with their old Polaroids, I have that as an entire video on YouTube. I showed all 4 floors of the entire exhibit. I was in there for 3 hours. But this one is BTS Butterfly Dream Exhibit. I literally just said foreigners are not allowed to go. But the 2018 one, anyone could book a ticket. So see, that really proves what I said, is that you didn't know there was any other exhibition except for the recent one with their old Polaroids in 2018. Because the one in 2015, if you're not a Korean army and you weren't an army back then, you would never hear about it at all, because like I said, it's only put up on the Korean website. So basically, if you're not a Korean army, you would not have known about this at all. Or if you were not an army back then, you would have not known about this at all. And they've never talked about it since anyway. But you can look it up on the VLive app. It is called the BTS Docent Show. DOCENT. And you can look it up on VLive. Just search BTS DOCENT show, and you'll be able to see that exhibition BTS went that night. It was in 2015 on Jin's birthday. So yeah, I got caught taking a video, and they took my phone and they deleted everything, including all the pictures I had taken. So I had to retake everything. Pictures were allowed, but videos are not allowed. Don't worry, you're here now, and that's what matters. So anyway, yes, I had a fantastic time. I took pictures with like all their scribbles on the wall, all their really nonsensical comments to each other and to armies. And then there was even a pillar where after Hobi said that was his section, and Jin replied with "아닌데," which is no, it's not. And there was another place where Hobi wrote, "This is army section." It says "Army 구역." So it was so really cute. That was amazing. I felt privileged because I had Korean friends to help me do it, you know. But a lot of people didn't or don't. And the Korean armies were really surprised to see a foreigner there. But it's whatever. Like if like sometimes I'll try to say something in Korean first, just to say like, hey, don't worry, I can understand you, you can understand me. 2015 was a very good year. It was the first year, for me anyway, it was the first year I decided to do army things in Korea. You guys know I've been an army since pre-debut, but it's like I've never done anything like go to a different country for a concert for somebody else, or yeah, I was usually just a fan that really loved the music and did what I needed to do to support without spending any money. because for me, like, saving money was so important. But then BTS came and changed a lot about me and my spending habits, and now I just spend money like crazy, and I have to budget all the time, and I feel poor all the time, you know, just to be able to do BTS things. But, you know, not to the point where I'm suffering. I remember I said to you guys before, if I ever come to a point where I feel like I'm suffering just for the sake of doing BTS things, then I'm gonna stop. And because it's always me first before, you know, people who don't know me, I guess. So I am treading the line. I'm still having a lot of fun though. So while if it doesn't become fun anymore, then that's when I'm gonna stop. Yeah. So anyway, in 2015 also, I went to the I went to a place that was closed. So in 2015, I was living like this secret Korean army life. In June, I told you guys that at that time my account was growing pretty big, and I decided to do something for armies. And I said, everybody send me your handwritten letters and or artwork or whatever it is that you wanted to, that you would love to have BTS see or read or show. So I got about maybe 200 handwritten letters from all over the world, like Germany, like um, Lithuania, or yeah, I got some from Malaysia for sure, and like some locally from Singapore and all that. I carried everybody's handwritten letters, and all the letters are addressed to J. Himani, so a whole bunch of people have my address, to be honest. um, yeah, and I took the letters to Korea, and I took them to Jimin's dad, and Jimin's dad agreed to help out with this international project because at the time, like BTS, I guess they wanted to try to start being closer to international armies, I suppose. So Jimin's dad said uh, he would help out. This was in June. No, this was in May. That was the trip that I was on. That's why I had to rush back from Korea to attend the TRB concert in Malaysia. So the TRB concert in Malaysia happened on 6th June, and during the concert, everybody made a joke because in Malaysia people speak Malay, and in Malay the number for 6 is enam, and people don't say enam, they just say nam. So and in Malaysia, in Malay, the month for June is June. So BTS concert was held on Nam June, and Namjoon, somebody told Namjoon the joke. So he was really excited during the concert to share this joke with everyone. He was like, "You guys, I know what today's date is." And so he said Namjoon, and everybody laughed, and everybody who understood the language, of course. I'm so thankful that I speak Malay, and I love that so fucking much. The fact that he said that, I was just like, wow, I hope that's memorable for you forever. So it was amazing. It was amazing that he said that. Yeah. So, okay. So I flew back from Korea to Singapore to Malaysia for the concert. But before that, I was in Korea. I was in Seoul and Busan. And I went to Busan to meet Jimin's dad so that he could help us out with the project. I brought my friend from um, my friend was born in Busan, but he works in Daejeon. So I went to Daejeon to see him first, and he picked me up. We met for the first time, and a lot of my friends were like, "Don't get in a car with him. That's so dangerous." I'm like, "Dude, I'm just gonna get in a car with him, and he's gonna drive me around." And we had a good time. Also, we fought. That's something you didn't need to know, but whatever. Is this church so I can't talk about it? No, that's not true. Just normal godly church rules don't apply here. So anyway, my friend went with me to Busan, and my Korean is good, but it's not saturi good. You know, I can't understand half of what Busan people are saying because their accent is so strong, and half the vocabulary words are different from Seoul's standard speech. So I needed my friend to come with me so that he can speak to Jimin's dad so that I don't like, I'm like, ha, the whole time, so I wasn't like that. So yes, he came with me, and we sat at the cafe. It was beautiful. It was like a shrine for BTS. I also have a video of it, but I do not have a picture with Jimin's dad because he doesn't. He said no. He never takes pictures with fans. And he says everybody asks, but and he says, you know, but I never take pictures with anyone, to be fair. He's not a keen picture person anyway. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I gotta respect his space. And Jimin's aunt was also there, and she made us strawberry bingsu, which was like super nice. And that was the first time I ever had strawberry bingsu. And so the whole place looks like a fucking shrine. There was a picture of Jimin on the wall where he had, like, you know, he did the whole lifting his shirt to show his abs thing. It was a huge picture of that. And so I picked a table that sat across from that picture so that, you know, you need to have good things to look at while you eat. It makes your food that much more delicious. That was a good thing. And then I was talking to my friend, I was like, what do you think about this place? And he was like, oh my god, why are we here? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, look at the girls at the next table. And he was like, he's younger than me by a few years. So he was like, Luna, you're serious? Like, we're too old to be in here. And I'm like, we're not too old to be fans. And he was like, no, it's for teenagers, like middle school girls. And I'm like, no. If BTS only had middle school girls as fans, they would be bitch ass poor. Okay? I have contributed so much money to, you know, making them rich. I'm pretty sure I own a door in their house right now. That door, the cost of that door came from me on all the money that I spent there. So BTS owes me a door. I'm gonna take Namjoon's door just so he can't close it. So I can go in his room anytime. I think that's a good idea. I like that. I never thought about it before, but I have now, and it's on camera now, and it's on video now. So that's what I'm gonna do. Namjoon's door is my door. Okay. I think I've been digressing a lot. What were we talking about? So that was the Jimin's dad's cafe that a few weeks later was announced that it was closed. Even Jimin himself wrote a tweet about it, and he basically said, Armies, if you go to this cafe in Busan, even in the same location, it no longer belongs to my dad. Someone else has taken over the address. You're free to go if you want, but just know that it is no longer affiliated with me or my family. So he wrote that, and he acknowledged that the cafe was closed. It was kind of sad. Like, when we went, like, Jimin's dad looks really serious. He looked really grumpy. I was intimidated. It was so hard to find the cafe, so I think location was a big factor as to why it closed down. And when we went into the place, we saw this, like, really grumpy looking guy outside, like, sweeping. It's like, wow. At first, I secretly thought, I was like, why is he so grumpy this early in the morning? And then later I realized it was Jimin's father. So I felt really bad for thinking about it. So we're thinking, Like slightly bad thoughts. It's just that he just looks serious all the time. He has a resting bitch face. And I'm pretty sure Jimin has mentioned this also. I think when he was drawing to me, and he drew like a grumpy one. He said this one looks like my dad. It's true. It's true. His dad looks really scary. I'm easily intimidated by people who have resting bitch face, so it was scary for me, honestly. But my friend was really supportive. Um, Even though he did tease me, he was like, "No, you're too old to be a fan." I'm like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna be a fan." And he was like, "All right, it's fine." I was just kidding, and then I said I want to go take pictures, and I was really shy about it because it's in like an open layout cafe, and I only would like take pictures in like maybe little corners. And he was like, "How often are you gonna come to this place?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Isn't Busan so far away?" He was like, "Well then, I'm gonna take pictures of you." And he said it in Korean, so it means everywhere, but basically what he said in Korean was north, south, east, west. He said, "I'm gonna take pictures of you north, south, east, west in this cafe, and you're just gonna have to be brave about it." And so I have all these fantastic pictures everywhere in the cafe, thanks to my fucking amazing friend. He's so supportive, so great. So, yes, that was, I guess we've covered all of 2015 now. And it started from me being a translator and then going to Jimin's dad and then going to the TRB concert in Malaysia in June. And then the next event that I attended was in December on Jin's birthday, the BTS Butterfly exhibition. I don't know which word to use. Anyway, 2016, they continued their world tour, or is it ended in 2015? I cannot remember, but in 2016, the early part of the year, I was probably working or whatever. I didn't do any BTS things, but towards the end of the year in November, there was Muster. I am in Korea in November every fucking year. So when Muster was announced, I was like, yes, I'm gonna be there anyway. So I tried very hard for Muster tickets. Ticketing sucked. I wasn't a member, so I only could go for general sales. And it sold out. Like everything was sold out. But then for some reason I kept trying at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and tickets started seats started popping up one by one, like, so tickets were being returned back into the system. And I managed to get really good seats, like not ground where the stage is, but like the first floor where you're right in front of the extended stage. And I got tickets for both days, so those were legit tickets. And the view was fantastic. It was amazing. I talked about some of this in like the previous live, so if you remember that, then that's great. Um, I'll find a way to show you. I wish there was like a way, to just show you right now, but it's not possible. Anyway, so that was 2016. There was only 2 BTS musters, and I did talk about getting kicked out, so you can always watch that. There's a vlog I posted as to when I got kicked out, like right after I got kicked out, and then I showed like the merch line and what merch was being sold and everything, so you can watch that. The vlog is literally called kicked out of third muster or something like that. And it's so quiet. Are you guys still here? Hi. Are you here? Please talk to me. Oh, this chair is so uncomfortable. I fucking hate it. Okay. So that's 2015, 2016 covered. We move on now to 2017. Also a fantastic year. 2017 in February 18th, which was Hobie's birthday. was the first day for the kickoff tour of the Wings concert, the Wings tour. Have you ever attended music shows in Korea? No, never, because it's a lot of work and it involves a lot of suffering, and so I refuse to go. No thanks. For music shows, it requires a lot of things. Like, I've highlighted this before. When I was a translator, I translated the list of things that you needed to bring in order to get in a music show. You have to bring your army membership card. You have to bring a copy of an album. A hard copy of an album. You have to bring a printed out piece of paper showing that you have streamed the title song from the album. You have to also provide digital evidence that you have an account with Melon, that you have that where you can show that you streamed the actual music. You have to bring your army bomb. Army bomb is a must. It is not a fucking optional item. If you don't have an army bomb, you cannot be let into the music shows. Then what else? You have to bring something called an army note. This is a little tiny notebook that comes in your army kits. So if you have an army kit, you would know what I'm talking about. Every year we get one, and this is a list of things you have to have in order to be allowed into our music shows. Now the system is slightly different. It is less insane, but it was insane back then. It has always been insane, and I'm like, fuck no. Because not only do I have to bring all this fucking shit, I have to wait in line like at dawn or some shit like that. So first of all, you're trying to see if you can get in, and second of all, if even if you're in the first spot or something, you didn't bring one of these things, then you won't be let in. So I thought that was incredibly fucking stupid. And like I said, I don't wait around for anybody, even BTS. I love them with all my fucking heart, but I'm not gonna wait around. I don't suffer for anyone unless I really want to suffer for something that benefits me in the end. A show, no, it doesn't benefit me. Call it what you want, but this is my philosophy on how I do things. I would travel for you if it's comfortable for me, if it's fun for me. But like I said, once I have to start suffering where it's not fun for me anymore, no, not gonna do it. Yep. Okay? So getting into music shows is not easy, and that's why I would never do it. Also, once you're in there, you're stuck in there. You can't go to the bathroom, sometimes for 12 hours. It depends on how long BTS takes to like do their rehearsal and then recording over and over and over again, because to get the shows from different angles and stuff. So that's why BTS talks to armies so much, is so that they don't feel like they're suffering, but you're suffering, and you're not allowed to go to the bathroom. Once you get out, you can't go back in. So it's fucked up. It's stupid. I'm not gonna do that. Realist army here. I don't want to put anyone down. I'll just say it's my preference. I don't want to suffer that way. Okay? Okay, let's talk about 2017, the start of the Wings tour. The start of the Wings tour was Hobie's birthday, and I went the day before the Wings tour started, so that I could take pictures with all the, they have like giant posters, yeah, the thing is, a lot of you guys don't know that. That's what you need to do, because you can't read the instructions in Korean. I mean, because you can't read it, you just think people can go to music shows. But to be honest, it's not a requirement just for BTS. It's the same requirement for a lot of the bands as well. Light sticks are a must, because they need to show to like the community or the fans that, hey, this is how much of a strong following we have. Look at how many people are here with their army bombs and cheering and stuff like that. So it's sort of like for show, and there's a lot of purposes behind their reasoning. Yeah, maybe I should talk about it another time. Okay. What was I saying? Wings tour. Yes. I went the day before to take pictures because they have like all these giant posters and then individual posters and then banners on lampposts. Like there's photo zones and stuff. So I went the day before because if you go on the day itself of the concert, good luck. You need to queue for like anyway in the line for like an hour just to take a picture with one person. So I went the day before by myself carrying like a selfie stick. So I'm an independent girl. I don't like to ask people to take photos for me. I'll just do it myself. As far as my hand can extend. So I went the day before and I didn't know. I'm not really quite oblivious about this. I don't think beforehand about whether BTS is going to be there or not. I just get a goal in my head about things I need to do, get done. And I went. I went to the hair salon to get my hair done. I went to get it dyed the same purple as Namjoon for Not Today because Wings got released, right? And so, what was I saying? That's not related. But am I correct? Am I thinking about the right tour? Please tell me yes. Wings. Fuck. Wings had all the solo songs and when is Not Today? Not Today is in the You Never Walk Alone album. But by then, the You Never Walk Alone album was already out. Right? Wow, I can't remember shit. Anyway. Right? I'm right. Okay. I'm not that bad. I'm just doubting myself so seriously. So I went to get my hair dyed purple. Like Namjoon's and Not Today. And my Korean hairdresser, my Korean hairdresser is very, very good at making my hair look just like BTS's hair. You guys have seen the if you guys have seen the video, there is a vlog I did where I went to her hair salon and I said I wanted my hair the same blue as Tae's hair so that when I went to Busan for muster, I would have the same blue as his hair in like persona. And she did it. It was fucking amazing. And so before I arrived in Korea, I already texted her like a picture of Namjoon and everything. And she was like, I got this. I got you. So when I arrived in Korea, she saw like on my Instagram that I already put that I arrived, and so she texted me. She was like, "You're here. I can't wait to see you. I got your dye ready." And she said, "I set it aside for you so that no one else can like touch it or use the dye up." So she's fucking amazing. Also, she says, if you ever go to her hair salon and you say that you know me or you quote my YouTube channel, she'll give you 30% off. But the catch is you have to be able to speak Korean. She doesn't understand English. But if you just say haircut and then you trust her to just cut your hair, she'll give you 30% off. And just trust her. She does a fantastic job. A couple of my friends have already like gone to her hair salon without speaking any Korean at all. And they just say what they wanted. Because terms for hairstyling are universal. If you just say haircut, right? She knows. Just trust her to do her thing. She's really good, really experienced, and so, so beautiful. So if you look at her, she pretty much looks like a fucking idol, right? So she looks good. You can trust her with your hair. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't even benefit anything from this. I'm just telling you guys that my benefit would be if you give her business, then her shop stays open longer, then I'll be able to keep going because yeah, I want her shop to survive. Yeah, it's not like a paid sponsorship or anything. I don't make shit from this channel. By the way, I don't make money from this channel. All my YouTube videos are my whole channel is like demonetized, and it has been since last year. So I don't make shit, but it's whatever. What was I gonna say? Okay, so I went to the Wings tour, right? And I brought no, I brought Ryan pajamas, like the ones that Namjoon always wears in lives. And basically for Wings Tour day two, I think, I cosplayed Namjoon basically. I had Namjoon's hair and I was wearing like Ryan pajamas. And there were other people there dressed as Soap. Like 2 people walk around in pairs. Not just I didn't see just one Soap pair. I saw 2 Soap pairs and one of them had like masks on that looked like Yugi and then the other one looked like Hobi and then they walked around together in like orange tracksuits with the word Soap. You know, it looked legit, like exactly like the ones BTS had. So I was like, it was really cool. And for day 2, I went to wait in line to take pictures at a place where I already took pictures. But I was with other armies then, like Korean armies, and we all brought our dolls because we're all doll moms. And I brought my Jin doll. And all the doll moms met up. There were like 7 of us. We've never met before, and we don't know each other. We only know each other from Instagram, from a doll mom community, like Korean doll mom. And so we all met. Yeah, they were really surprised that I was not Korean. Sometimes I secretly enjoy doing this. Like, they don't fucking know that I'm not Korean. They only know when they see my face. Because all the time, like when I type or when I text, um, yeah, because it just sounds like a regular Korean person. And I use like all the like right slang words and everything. So they really just assume that I am Korean. And even when I say things like, "Oh, it's so hot in Singapore today," they'll just some of them have told me they thought I was a Korean person living in another country. They had zero clue that I was not Korean. So sometimes it's like quite fun and sort of really a really good self-esteem boost to know that I speak well enough to like make people believe that. Like even on the phone, if I order shit, I order stuff and then I go pick it up, or I order stuff and then the person does delivery, and then the look of shock on their face is really funny. So I love doing that. I do it all the time, on purpose sometimes. Okay. Yes, I did study Korean on my own. No one helped me. I don't like being told what to do. If someone tries to tell me what to do or how to do it, I don't want to do it. And sort of this was like rebellious child, but whatever. I am the sort of child like self-achieving. Like I did very very well in school, top of my class, A's all the time. But I don't like being told what to do. I have to do it myself. Leave me alone to do it at my pace, and I'm gonna get it done perfect. But if you tell me what to do, I don't want to do it. That's just me. What were we talking about? Okay. So yes, it was really an amazing concert time. I met so many great armies. And then the Korean concert culture, which I failed to talk about just now. It's what I wanted to talk about. For Muster, for Wings, the Korean armies around me, they always bring little like snack packs, and they'll give you like sweets, or they'll give you little like packs of candy, or they'll give you like a legit like a little chocolate bar, and I thought like it's because it's cute, is they're like small and they're portable, but I realized that there actually is a true purpose to it. It's because when you're during the concert, you get really hyped up and you're using so much energy. If you eat something very very sweet, your energy gets restored straight away, and because sugar burns the quickest, and so you won't faint or you won't do like anything, nothing drastic happens to you, because not really nutrition, but because sustenance is provided. And I realized that it's actually a really good practice. Whether or not it was intentional that they brought, sweets and snacks and stuff, whether or not it's intentional to provide energy for the concert, I don't care. The fact is that they do that and it's very, very sweet. For the Wings opening concerts, I was like really far out, like in the nosebleed section. Yes. And also, it was the first time ever where Army Bomb version 2 was being used. Just the previous year, so you guys know I went to muster, third muster in November 2016. And then 3 months later, in February 2017, we started using Army Bomb version 2. Army Bomb version 2 can change color, but only controlled by Big Hit in concert venues. And you can't change the color yourself, unlike Army Bomb version 3. So went to the concert and didn't know what to expect. When I was standing outside, my Army Bomb was already changing color because they were doing testing, and I had it on at the time, and so it was so fascinating and really, really surprising because to see how many colors it could change into. And but a solo Army Bomb, when you look at it, the impact is not the same as when you're looking at a sea of Army Bombs. So the first day, my ticket was on the third floor, and high enough that I can see everything. And when you go in early, you just sit down, you enjoy the music videos. Then Big Hit staff starts. You already have your Army Bomb on anyway, automatic. No one tells you what to do. But you do it instinctively. It's an army instinct. And you want it on because you're, even for the music videos, you're doing fan chants anyway. Fan chants. After I talk about the Army Bomb thing, I'm going to talk about fan chants. Oh my god, I'm going to get so excited. Remind me, if I digress from this topic, remind me to go back to fan chants. So, for the first time I watched all the Army Bombs change color, it was a sea of yellow. I have a video on this on my channel. It's up, I know it. Army Bombs change color for the first time, version 2. And you can see it. It was the moment that Army Bomb changed color for the first time, because it was Wings tour day one of the Army Bomb. And I have a video also on all 3 different Army Bombs and showing what are the differences and what are the capabilities and whether or not you can use old Army Bombs in concerts currently. Okay? It's funny because there are people in the comment section of that video saying like, oh, your Army Bomb version 2 is fake, and I'm like, okay, sure. Like, I'm pretty sure when the Big Hit staff that I bought it from handed it to me, I'm pretty sure he handed me a fake one. Like, I love how all these people have the fucking balls, like the confidence to just be like, your Army Bomb's fake. I can see it. And not just one person. There was like quite a few. And I'm like, okay, sure. You can't tell shit. Do you own an Army Bomb? I buy all my stuff at the concerts. I wait in line for a long time, long ass time. And I buy it from concerts from a legit source. I do not buy shit online ever. Any BTS things I own, I buy it from the merch shop, no matter how expensive it is, because authenticity is important to me. If I can't get it, I don't want a cheaper thing. I don't want a cheaper thing that might turn out to be fake. If you can't afford the real thing, don't buy it. Wait. And I'm not just saying that like, oh, you're poor, don't buy it. No, I'm saying if you can't afford it now, what's the rush? Wait until you can afford it and buy the legit thing to assure yourself that 100% you're getting something that is authentic. Why buy it from a non-legit source? When Big Hit sells it online all the time. Like, it may be not available closer to concerts, but not during non-concert time, it's readily available on the app. They make it so easy for you to buy, and there's global shipping. So why would you risk getting something that's not legit? Anyway, rant over. The changing of the Army Bomb colors are so fucking beautiful. I did a little compilation. If you look at that video that I was just talking about, the Army Bombs change color for the first time version 2, or Army Bomb version 2 changes color for the first time at the first ever concert, I do a little compilation of how it changes colors during different songs as well, so you'd be able to see the complete beauty of that, because that was from high up, so I can see everything. It was like a sea of beautiful army bumps. So if you would love to watch that, you should. You really, really should. The thing that they do with the army bombs is so fucking creative. There's like waves of color, like a wave going forward, a wave going backwards, different army bombs in different, like alternating bombs changing different colors. Like my bomb flashes red, next to me flashes orange, next to me flashes yellow, and it looks like the whole stadium is on fire, and it's fucking beautiful. And you know, so it's like, just do it, just watch it, watch the video. It's so fucking amazing. There's a beauty to fan cams that are not always close up of the boys. It is such a fucking waste that you only want to look at like a close up, because a close-up video of the members is like a video that you've probably seen like a million times. If you want to experience a concert, or you think you can't go, or you want to know what it's like so that you can look forward to it, see something from far away. I have close-up fan cams, I have middle-level fan cams, I have fan cams from fucking far away, because any seat at a BTS concert is a good seat. And so you just enjoy different things from different places. That's all. The bottom line is you'll be enjoying. You'll definitely be enjoying. You're just able to appreciate different things from different parts, no matter where you sit. You know what I mean? So, like, if you didn't look at it that way before, that's the way you should be looking at it. Okay, bye. But yeah. Okay. Apart from the army culture, like, I'll get to fan chants in just a bit. It's gonna be a good segue. We're still gonna talk a bit more about the army culture. K-army culture is really, really beautiful. It's like, when I went for Wings final, was it Wings final? Yes. Or was it something else? Okay, anyway. Doesn't matter the concert that I attended. I just want to talk about this girl. She sat next to me on my right, and in Korea, concerts are very strict. No recording, no pictures, no videos, nothing. Don't ask me how the fan sites get away with it. There's a special knack to it. I don't want to talk about it. So, you know, but sometimes you can't help yourself. You really, really just want to, take a picture or take a little video to capture the moment so that you can look back on it. Because most of the time after a concert, we have concert amnesia. Like, I don't fucking remember what happened, and because I was just so high the whole time. It's the same as being on fucking drugs. So then you need some pictures, some videos. So that's why even though you've attended the concert, you still watch fan cams because you don't know what the fuck happened. And you just remember that amazing feeling. You remember the feeling, but then you still want to remember the little details. So you go looking for it. And the best is if you have your own, because you took it from your seat, so it's always going to be from your point of view. And that's linked to your memories, you know? So anyway, I was seated next to this girl. She didn't know that I can speak Korean. So, you know, because we didn't talk to each other. She had given me some sweets, and I had given her some candy as well. And when Yoongi was trying to play a game with armies, he was trying to explain something. And this was like army bomb wave. And so the wave that we do in concerts is called 파도 타기. 파도 meaning wave, 타기 meaning riding. So riding the wave. So it's like creating a wave, you know. Direct translations don't work, but you know what I mean. 파도 타기. 파도 타기 is what we want to do when we do army bomb wave. And so Yoongi was explaining something about which direction it's going to start from and when we're going to start it, and she thought that I couldn't understand. Um, so she was trying to explain it to me, and in and she couldn't really speak English, but she was trying to explain it to me, and I thought that was the fucking sweetest thing. I was like, she was struggling, and like I was like, no, it's okay. I understand what he said. I said it to her in Korean, and then I was just like, oh, you can speak Korean. I'm like, yes, so don't worry. You don't have to explain anything to me. I get it. And it was the sweetest thing. It was so amazing. I love her. She was so cute, and like even in moments where like we got way too excited, or like we're like screaming, "Oh, bye, Eve! Thanks for coming!" And you know, like I got way too excited, and my throat was parched, and I'm like coughing, and then she's trying to offer me her water, and then she's offering me more candy, and so she really was doing her utmost best. And um, was it the same person? After that sort of like moment where we realized we sort of had like that little bonding moment, you know what I mean? And so I noticed that whenever Tay was speaking, or when he was performing, she would scream the loudest. So it was obvious who her bias was, and I think it was obvious to her who my bias was. And when it came to performing solos, Namjoon performed before Tae, I think. And I was secretly trying to get a fan cam of Namjoon. We were seated on the ground floor, and so the stage was like there, maybe a few rows away. And so I could just do this and like get, and get Namjoon, but he's like right there. But the guards are constantly walking around. And if they catch you, you have to leave. They take your phone, they delete um, like whatever you've recorded, they give it back to you, and then you have to get out. Like you can't get back in. And they draw on your wristband, because if I'm sitting on floor, I get a wristband. They draw on your wristband to show that you are an offender. So it's really fucked up. So what she did was, when I was trying to get Namjoon, she saw that a guard was coming, so she lifted her scarf this way. So the guard was coming from that direction, and it was winter, so February is still fucking cold. So she was like lifting her scarf like a little bit like this way. It looked like she was adjusting it, or just like, I don't know what she was doing, so that it would hide my phone from the sight of the guards. And because she did that for me, and I remembered it so well, that I started like being very mindful of that. And from then on, in future concerts, I did the same thing for other people as well. If I saw someone trying to film and the guard was coming, I would warn them, and so we all got away with it. So this is like a beautiful culture. Someone doing something for you, you remembering and paying it forward is the most important thing. So I thought it's amazing. It's like, I think it's beautiful. I think it's something really beautiful. So I remembered the same culture, and when I went to Thailand for the Love Yourself final, I prepared a lot of little packets. I went to buy little Ziploc bags, little ones. In Thailand it's always hot, like hot and humid and rainy. So I did these little Ziploc bags, and I put in like a packet of tissue in each one, and I put in a little jelly and a lollipop, and a little note that said, have fun at the concert, or have fun watching. Every note was a little bit different. And I got a photo card as well. I remember giving out photo cards at the Thailand concert. But yeah. So paying it forward is so important for me. If someone has done something kind for me, I want to do the same thing for other people. So, because it's not good to just keep receiving. You have to keep giving back, even though you can't give back from the same person. But I think Like, I'm sure that they would want the same thing done for someone else. So maybe someday it'll go back around and someday it'll go back to them. So hopefully it works that way. Yeah, so it's really exciting. The feeling of going to a concert now, not just going, but preparing something and like putting in a little bit of effort for your army family at a concert. Usually I go to concerts alone, and it helps so much that people around me, they want to share stuff. And yeah, when I went for Love Yourself, Love Myself, Speak Yourself, Love Myself, the kickoff tour in Seoul in August 2018, I did the same thing. I prepared like little Snickers bars. Yeah, you guys should do it too. Let's go on and start this culture. Yes. I hope nothing bad goes on. Like, what was I gonna say? Oh, for Love Myself, I gave out little candy bars because I thought like Snickers really give you a lot of energy, and so I gave out little Snickers bars and to everyone around me. It was either Snickers bars or a bar of Hershey's chocolate. It wasn't bad. They were like $2 each. So yeah, and people were surprised that I was giving them out, and so they looked for something to give back to me, and I said it's not necessary. But I ended up with like a canned drink, a Yoongi slogan, photo cards, things like that. So it's so nice when you give out something sincerely, I would say. It's so amazing to receive something back because you weren't expecting it. That makes the feeling all like just so much more. I'm gonna cry. Like, why am I feeling like this? It's just so touching for me. But I have experienced so much of this. I love it so much. So, this fandom is so important to me. Even though a lot of the times it's like so problematic, but I would still want to be here for the people that want to be here with me. Like you guys. So yeah, it's been an hour and a half. I don't know how much longer you guys want to stay here with me. I could go on forever. I guess we're almost there. I wanted to talk about fan chants, right? Oh my god. Let's talk about this. My absolute favorite part of the concert is fan chants. And only recently, I had this epiphany. I had this amazing epiphany revelation thing. I loved fan chants, but I never thought about why I loved them. I had sort of like maybe superficial reasons, like feels good to have memorized them and then executed them successfully, that sort of thing. But I realized that I love fan chants so much more for a deeper level. It's because of that feeling of just shouting your lungs out in a place where everyone is doing the same. And I realized that's probably why I feel so fucking high during and after a concert, is because there's zero at that point. There is zero, even below zero, minus 100 percentage of stress. Not only am I having a good time, looking at beautiful things, experiencing beautiful things, music that I love blaring in my ears, and the fact that I'm shouting and releasing all my stress, fan chanting aggressively because everyone is doing it just as aggressively. And it's like, that's what makes you an army. We're a fucking army. We're in sync, doing everything at the same time, every word perfect, that we're like robots in the good sense. And it's so amazing. the most amazing thing to me is fan chants. That's my favorite part of a concert. And to know, like, Korean fans, this is a comparison, it's just an observation, okay? So I don't want any of you to take offense, alright? Korean fans meticulously memorize the fan chants, every single fan chant, and they practice until they get it right, and then they come for the concert, and everything's perfect. Perfection. Every time we fan chant, it is art. Okay? And then in Singapore, it was disappointing as fuck. And for weeks before the concert, I kept trying to tell everybody, memorize the fan chant, bitches. It's not a fucking sing-along. Memorize the fan chants. It's your job as armies. Big Hit releases these fan chants. It's your fucking homework. It's not for fun. And there's a reason why there are certain gaps in the songs. It's because that's your part. When they're not singing, you're filling in the gaps with your fan chants. So if you don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do, this is not, you're not deserving of this relationship. And I know this is sort of sounds really harsh, but it's a two-way relationship. If you watch, everybody's always like, oh, BTS, bring the stage, bring the soul, they're so emotional, they give their all. Then why aren't you giving your all at concerts? Why the fuck aren't you doing your part? You know how they talked about, in Bring the Soul, they talked about, if they don't hear you screaming loud enough, they think they're doing something wrong. Or they're not being as fantastic as they should be, and they worry. And if they don't hear you doing the fan chants, then they're like disoriented, because when they're doing performances live, they want to hear you as much as you want to hear them. So why the fuck aren't you giving back? I don't understand this attitude. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't pronounce the words perfectly. Just fucking do the fan chant. They understand that you don't speak Korean, so the pronunciation isn't gonna be perfect. But they just want to hear you as much as you want to hear them. So please, for fuck's sake, memorize the fucking fan chants. I should do a video where it's like a public service announcement for people who are going to the concerts, and be like, don't be fucked up. Just memorize the fan chants. I'm like so angry right now just thinking about it. In Singapore, so many people didn't want to. Like they're just, let me compose myself right now. I don't care that I'm talking about my own country armies. If you're subpar as an army, I'll call you out. Like, don't give me this bullshit about how, like, if you, just because you didn't do a certain thing, it means you're not an army. So, BTS is BTS because they did all these certain things. And that's what defines them. There's certain things that define BTS. So there should be certain things that set you apart from being just a fan and an army. And the certain things involve fan chants. And if you don't know your fan chants and you think you're gonna sing along to the entire fucking song, then bitch, go to a karaoke place, not to a concert. I don't want to fucking hear your voice when BTS is singing. You just open your mouth when it's time for you to open your mouth. So know when your fan chant is supposed to be. I practice like crazy before every concert. It's homework. That is my dedication. The Big Hit provides you the timing where you're supposed to start fan chanting. That's how we know when, like, DNA's fan chant starts. The beats go 1, 2, Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin. You know what I mean? Who the fuck is Fernando Huang? Let me kick him out. Dude, no thanks. I don't want Chinese dick. It's tiny. Fuck off. Okay. There we go. And what was I gonna say? Yes, timing. They released the timing, and you're supposed to practice with it with the song. When On came out, and then they released the fan chant like an hour later, in 20 minutes I had the fan chant down. Like, I just needed to look at it and listen to the song at the same time. So also, it's so important for you to know timing, and it's so important for you to know, like, to say the members' names. Please do it. Please say their names. I think it is especially important to Namjoon. Also because Namjoon's name is always first, and when people miss the timing, usually Namjoon's name doesn't get said, and then everybody starts on Kim Seokjin onwards, which is so heartbreaking for me. So I practice really hard so I can say my man's name, but even then, sometimes I miss the timing and I fail, and so it's really sad. So, Namjoon, I'm so sorry, but okay. Fan chants, you guys, it's so beautiful and it's so amazing when everybody's doing it at the same time. It's just like this roar of amazing, beautiful compilation of like whatever. And okay, let me talk about, I was talking about Singapore bitches. We have so many young armies, okay, we call them Xiao Mei Mei. Xiao meaning young or small, Mei Mei meaning little sister. So little girls liking BTS. And like 70% of the fans in Singapore, they're like, and this is, I'm not pulling a number out of nowhere. This is like common knowledge here. They're only into the Maknae line, so Jimin, Jungkook, Taeyong, and they're all like, they're so handsome, they're so cute. And then I ask them a song that is not a title song, and they don't know it. And I'm fucking pissed because it's like, don't call yourself an army if you don't know anything beyond the title song. Everybody knows title songs, even people who are not fans, even people who are not armies. It's like if people on the radio know the title songs just because they're being played. How can you call yourself an army if you only listen to the title song? One song out of 10 songs does not make you a fucking army, you tiny fucking bitch. Oh my god, it gets me so pissed off. And then they go to all the BTS events and they're like, I love them so much. No, you don't. You just love them for their looks. You don't know anything. You don't know who wrote the song and like who produced the song. You don't know that like, I don't know, Jungkook is in charge of arranging the chorus for almost every song in existence for the last few albums. You don't know who wrote the lyrics, who did the arrangement, who the producers outside of BTS are. Do you know who Dora is? Do you know whatever? Okay, that's a tiny things I'm nitpicking. All I need you to do is know the songs. But, you know, how can you call yourself an army? You're not an army, you're just a fan. You're just someone walking by who decided this person was cute and you learned their names. And then that's it. So you're not an army. Don't wear our brand. Army is a name that needs to be earned, okay? You don't just like declare yourself an army one day if you just like the youngest 3 members of BTS. You fucking bitches. Oh, it gets me so angry. I should make a whole ass live about it. What defines army? And you guys know I'm really reasonable, right? I don't expect like really tiny details or for you to know like the time at which they were born or something like that. I would like to know. I would like people, armies, to know more than like the title songs. Or like, I don't know, who's the oldest or when their birthdays are maybe. I would think that's basic. Low quality desperate cows. I like that. Yes, they are. Please keep giving me these opinions. Low quality desperate cows is like the best description ever. A lot of the besides better than the title songs. B-sides. The title songs, oh my god. So, usually my favorite songs in the albums are not the title songs. The title songs are there to get people to come in. You know, like to enter the fandom. The title songs are there to draw you in with that energy, with that whatever. And then the better quality songs are there to make you stay. So take a deep breath and calm down. So, okay. I absolutely hated the Singapore concert, even though I was not that far and like it was really cute and Jimin sang Promise and you know, like there were a lot of really cute moments and even Taeyeon gave like a hint for scenery before it came out. So it was really like actually a very meaningful concert, but it was ruined by the fact that like my section was so fucking quiet and I was screaming out fan chants like crazy. Okay, bye, Rashmi. It was nice having you. And your description of low quality Desperate Cows. You did a fantastic contribution to this live. I appreciate you. Come next time. You felt nice here. That's great. I would love for everybody to feel nice. This is a place for open discussion. We can hate on people. It's fine. Who says you have to live your life like a fucking hippie and love everyone? No one says that. Right? BTS said love yourself. They never said love everyone. You don't have to love everyone. Some people deserve some hate. You should. So that they can learn to be people who deserve to be loved. This is the real world, honeys. This is not like, I don't know, hippie community. Sorry to hippies. Actually, no, not really. It's whatever. Okay. What was I talking about? So in my section for Singapore, there was this like fucking 5-year-old who kept kicking my friend's seat next to me. And because she kicks my friend's seats, because the seats are connected, I can feel the kicking too. And her parents, the kid kept saying, when is this gonna be over? She's 5. Why would you bring a 5-year-old to a concert? She didn't even enjoy it. And then she kept annoying people who were trying to enjoy it. And like, then the parents were also just sitting there, and next to them was like a grandma. And the grandma looked bored out of her mind. She was looking at her phone. And it's like, who the fuck are all these people taking up the seats at a sold out BTS concert? And when people from other countries are trying to get seats, and they couldn't, and then this kid, she's not even sitting in her seat. She's just standing there kicking my friend's seat. I really wanted to kick her. I glared at her. And then I glared at her parents. And her parents told her to sit down. And it's like, did you really need someone to tell you to discipline your child or to keep your child away from other people? What kind of parenting is this? Like, hire a fucking babysitter or leave the child at home with the fucking grandma who's on her phone. I'm pretty sure she would love being at home, you know, much more than being at the concert. It's probably noisy for her. So I don't understand why the parents were there. And also, like, they didn't know anything. They weren't singing along. They didn't know fan chants. They knew nothing. And nobody in the family, the whole row behind me, just fucking was just quiet and silent. Nobody got excited or nobody sang along to anything. Nothing. So the only actual fans in that small section was like my row, some girls in front of me, and we actually saw a lot of people like this. And I was so pissed off because real people could have attended the concert. Not real people, I mean like real armies could have attended the concert. Why were these people getting tickets? The thing is, the production company, which is probably why BTS is not coming here anymore. The production company got a hold of a whole bunch of tickets and gave them out to like randoms to sort of like, hey, I have BTS tickets. You know they're supposed to be amazing. Like, do you want to go? And then they just gave them out to people who didn't fucking care. Like, they don't understand how hard it was for oh, there were empty seats around you. See, that's the thing. They were probably all the seats that were probably empty were people who had the employees of the company who had tickets, and they probably either didn't manage to give them out or they gave them to people who didn't care because they got them for free, and then they decided like, I don't really want to go, and they don't understand how hard it is to get BTS tickets. I have a vlog that shows that I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. I went to the post office. I had to run up 4 flights of stairs when the doors opened just to get to the post office so I could buy tickets. I threw up because of how like physically exhausting it was and how much like energy I had to spend in like 5 minutes trying to run up to the 5th floor in a short amount of time so that I could get there. And yeah, exactly. It's not that I nearly puked. I actually puked. I went to the bathroom to puke, and somebody like guarded my place in line for me. It was really fucked up. Like seriously fucked up. So the Singapore concert was incredibly fucked up, and people who stood in certain positions in the Singapore concert, they could only see the screen, like my friend, who is in the room right now. She stood at a place and she could only see the screen in front of her. And because it was so packed, like she could only see the screen. And then I had another friend that was also like at the other end where she could only see the screen, and I went and I showed her my fan cams that I took. She was like, what? Hobie was on a platform? And because the camera had zoomed in on Hobie all the time, she didn't see the fact that he was standing on a platform. So I was like, were you even there? And she was like, oh my god, I guess not. And yeah, exactly. Toxic people buying it in bulk. You could buy 8 tickets per person in a Singapore concert. 8. Wow. I was actually calling people or announcing it on my Instagram. I was like, dudes, I'm waiting in line. I only need to buy 2 tickets. I have 6 more spots if you guys want it. Like, who? I will help you. And nobody responded to me. I even had to like call my Malaysian friend and be like, girl, you want to go? And she's like, no, I don't know. I have no money. Like, ugh. In the end, I just bought 2 tickets. I had 6 spots left, and then I heard of another friend who bought resale tickets. I'm like, why? You knew I was going to queue for the fucking ticket. Just ask me, Jesus. This is really stupid. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of concert experiences, at the Singapore concert, it was quite cool. I met a lot of people that actually knew me from this channel. I was so surprised that people came up to me for that, and they said they watched my Superstar BTS videos, and they said that they, they got a lot of good tips and they play a lot better thanks to me. And then there were a couple of girls who didn't know I had a YouTube, but they said they followed my translation account from a long time ago. And I was surprised that they recognized my face, because it's very rare that I do post my face on a translation account, because it's a translation account for BTS. I don't post my stuff. I post them all the time, 95% of the time. And, not even stories or whatever, unless it was like, guys, it was in a car accident, and then I would post it there. So I'd be like, guys, in this car accident, I won't be posting for the rest of the day. So that's the only personal stuff I posted, but I guess, I don't know how they know me, but okay. Yeah, so it was really cool. The Singapore concert was cool for me in terms of like before the concert, where people came up to me, and it felt really good to be not recognized like like recognized my face, but recognized for the work that I do, which was the translations and helping people out with Superstar BTS. I love that so much. I just want to be like as useful as possible. So that was so great. And yeah. And also there was this girl who went a bit overboard. I think I talked about this recently also. She was like, "Oh my god, I love your uh I love your channel. I followed you for a long time. I really love you. Can I take a picture?" And then she was like, "Your hairs look really good. Can I touch it?" And before I could answer, she had already was like running her hand through my hair. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And anybody, I thought she really, like, she followed me for a long time and she says she really loves me, then she should know that I have social anxiety. It's hard for me to meet new people, so it's good that I had friends with me, but don't touch me, please. Like, just calm down, you know. I would probably have like taken the picture with her and hugged her at the end, but don't, I don't know, touch my hair, or like, you don't need to touch it. You can just say, "Hey, that's a nice color. Like, can I touch your hair?" And then just touch it. And then and then she was like, "I can't believe that I'm seeing you in person. Can I touch you?" She actually really said that. "Can I touch you?" And then she ran her hand down my arm. Please don't do this. It's really creepy. Don't touch me. Just don't touch me. Okay? Please. I I'm willing to go for a hug, but just like at least talk to me first so I don't get like freaked out or overwhelmed. I have to just a couple of minutes, like talk to me. Yeah, I followed you. I watch your videos. Like, give me a chance to at least adjust myself to the fact that you're here. I don't know you, a stranger. Like I said, hugs are great. Hugs are fine. Let me initiate it first. If you talk to me and I feel like, "Oh my god, you were so nice. It was so nice meeting you," and you're going, I'm going, let's hug. We'll take a selfie and we'll hug, but not like get in my face and like in like the space of just a couple of minutes, she had already touched my hair, touched my arm, and like taken a picture with me, and then asked me for a hug. And then it's like, it's way too much, guys. It's overwhelming. So please don't do this. So, fortunately, nothing like that has ever happened again. Fortunately, I didn't want to talk about it on my Instagram either because like, I didn't know. Yeah, she's on my Instagram, and I didn't want her to be offended. Although she should understand what personal space is. It's okay. Whew. Yes. That was everything. I guess not really everything yet, but we have talked so much. There's still quite a few left. Last year I saw BTS 4 times, 5 times, and I think that was the best year of my life. Oh my god. So many times. So okay. Mm, maybe we can carry it over to the next live where I can talk about the last. No, it looks so weird if I do that. I can talk about the last year. Last year, where I saw them so many times, and then I can also show you like tickets and stuff because you know I wanted to be able to do that, but I couldn't bring it over, you know? Like, I couldn't bring it over here to my friend's house. So I'm just gonna. I was thinking maybe we could do it at another live, at a better time. Because this is such a weird timing for a lot of you, apparently. So, anyway. Yeah. How about it, you guys? Let's do one, like, let's do one next week. I didn't say about fan sites. What I said was I don't want to talk about fan sites because this is not a discussion on how fan sites manage to take their stuff. So yes. So I'm gonna go. Yeah. It's already been 2 hours. I've been talking for 2 hours. It's like really long. I would talk about other topics, but maybe not in this one. Like we can talk about, we can have, I'll probably do a separate video on version 4 Army Bomb. I already did videos on the previous Army Bomb versions. When Army Bomb 3 was released, there's a video on my thoughts about that. It has like 20,000 views at least. And I have also a video review of all the Army Bombs. And yeah, go ahead and watch those first. When an Army Bomb 4 actually has solid plans for being released, because right now it's just in the works, right? There's no plans for it yet, and there certainly won't be any this year just because the concerts are being postponed and shit. There's no point for them to release. Your family, you don't need your family's approval for everything. It's your money. You don't need your family's approval for everything. Just saying. My mother doesn't really like the fact that I travel to Korea to chase after these Korean boys who don't even know you're alive. That's her quote. But you know, after a while, she got used to it, and now she's all like, "Oh, are you going to Korea? Can you help me buy blah 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 blah?" It's fine now. You know, people are always not accepting of things that they're not familiar with. But if you show them that it's gonna be all right, it's gonna be fine, and it's whatever, so then they'll be fine with it. Oh man, if you rely on them, then yeah, of course. I don't know how old you are, so I'm just saying. Okay, you guys, my throat is starting to hurt. I can't talk for like 2 hours straight. I also really need to pee really bad. So I'm gonna go. I will talk to you during the next Army Church. We'll decide when that's gonna be. I don't work next Sunday, so it's fine. We'll have it at the normal time. I really look forward to seeing you guys there. Some of you are here that I've not seen before in previous Army Church times. Maybe this was a good timing for some of you. You're 22. Oh my god. Did you by any chance go to a nearby grocery store? No, I didn't. I went to eat at an overpriced restaurant and then I went home. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go. I will see you at the next Army Church. Thank you so much for coming. Please like the live if you have not already. Help me go get those lives. Help me get those likes. And share this live if you want. I will talk to you in the next Army Church. Bye. Thank you for coming. Enjoy your week, guys. Bye.